What's up, guys? This is Ardinal7 back with another war video. This is Season 40, War 9, LVT versus XK9. I have Apocalypse, Red Hulk, and Nick Fury for 7 fights this war. First up is Apocalypse versus Mantis on Node 7. That's the first fight in Path 7. I have some ugly fights this war, and this Mantis one is one of them. So I practiced dodging her heavy, dodging her SB2, but right there I just missed time going back in, and kind of throughout this whole war I feel like my timing's a little bit off, but thankfully able to get a really good wall dex there on her heavy. The major plan here is just to not let Mantis throw her SP1. I don't want to go to sleep or whatever it is she does. That's kind of like encroaching stun. So we're just going to push her to SP2. My first SP2 did a good chunk of her damage, and I'll be able to finish her off with just this next one here. Pretty easy fight. Nothing too much to worry about as long as you don't let the SP1 go off, where she would have cleanse and that kind of encroaching stun mechanic here. So here's another fight that I've taken kind of all season. This is Red Hulk versus Dragonman. I had Bleed Suicides on for the Apocalypse fight. I turned them off for the next 2 fights I have because they're both with Red Hulk. Again, Dragonman is placed here on node 16 just because if you armor break him, you'll degen. So it's not the fastest fight because I'm never going to use any specials. I'm never going to heavy to knock him down. But really kind of brainless fight. I've already gotten rid of his power gain for the whole fight, and for the most part, it's just push him to SB1, bait the SB1, hit him some more. So here I bait another SB1. I'm not even worried about Mystic Dispersion here. He's getting nowhere close to 3 bars of power or anything dangerous, so that's 2 fights down. My third fight this war is Red Hulk versus Vision Aarkus on node 21. The plan is to just spam SP1s, try to bait Vision Aarkus's SP1s. I am taking a little bit of cold snap damage here at the start because I used it in vulnerability boost just in case he does get pushed to 3 bars of power. I think like a power start 1 boost could probably work here as well. You just throw that SP1 and fate seal him, and then he's not gaining flourishes. You get rid of his power gain. He does get power back from the node as well, so like if you push him to SB2, he's going to still have power, which you will see a little bit here. But the only real damage I'm taking is kind of block and the cold snap damage before I was able to get his power gain off. But there's SB2 into block, kind of really doesn't do anything. There's another SP1 for me. He's fate sealed, he's neutralized. When he has no buffs and he has no power gain, he just really isn't a big danger, so he's down. My next fight is Apocalypse versus Wong on node 26. I have taken Wong a few times this season. I know his kit well, I know how he works, but I just misplay a few places here. So he throws a heavy, gets his unstoppable, and I try to punish the heavy, even though I know that he gets unstoppable there. That was just a mental error, and I will make a few more of those this war. But I have Mutant Power Back boosts on, PS1. Plan is to ignore Hazard Shift, bait his SB1s, watch his Mystic charges, make sure that I heavy when they get over 90, and then just rinse specials into him. Apocalypse does plenty of damage, even with only 2 charges on my Apocalypse right now. But so he's got the blue spell. When I gain a buff or trigger a buff, he is going to gain Unstoppable. So I'm going to hit him here. I'm going to bait the next SB1. I dex away. He gets Unstoppable, and I try to punish again. Just another mental error on myself here. So he is at 100 mystical charges. I need a heavy to knock him down. And thankfully, he played ball and dashed away from the corner because I was trapped there. I couldn't hit him. I couldn't special. Anything but a heavy would have done a bunch of damage to me and potentially even killed me. So that was extremely lucky AI and poor play on my part by letting myself get cornered. But I am able to sneak out of that fight with the cost of a bunch of potions, but happy that I got it down. My next fight is Apocalypse versus Valkyrie on node 33. You see me checking my persistent debuff thing there. which I got from killing Wong with a bar of power. I had the mutant power back boost on, so when I killed him with the special, she's going to gain a bunch of power here at the start of this fight. So I just backed away, made sure that I gave her space. Valkyrie is a tactic defender, so she's going to get flourishes. I'm going to just hit into her block when I can. The game plan here is really just to try to bait her SP1s when I can. I can fully dex her SP2. It just has that one like kind of thrown attack. But much prefer to bait the SP1s where I can. She can't purify Apocalypse, so the node is mostly ignored. And she's got a nice small health pool, so she goes down nice and quick there with the SP2. Next up, I have Nick Fury versus Quicksilver on node 43. That's fight number 2 on Path 7 in Section 2. I've taken Quicksilver here with Nick Fury. I've taken Quicksilver a few times with Nick Fury this season. This is a fight that I'm very comfortable with. The plan is to just spam my SP1 and kill Quicksilver with the bleed damage. The node does have protection, so I knock him down at the start. I build up to my SP1 and throw it. Quicksilver cannot evade because I have more than 5 tactical charges. There will be one moment in this fight where I do dip below and he does get an evade on me, but I do not get punished by it. One other thing that I have learned from this fight previously is that if you use the internal bleed, like if the 7 bleeds turn into that bleed passive that Nick Fury has, when that happens, that counts as a purify. And the purify on this node will make the defender go unblockable. So I'm going to just try to avoid putting too many bleeds on him, but really that light ending combo bleed does the majority of our damage here. I do prefer to dex Quicksilver's SP1. I can full dex it, but there's really no danger in this fight, so I'm happy to take SP2s into block as well. It's not a big deal. I think this SP1 is the end of the fight, so another one down. My final fight this war is Apocalypse versus a rank 5 Nick Fury on node 51. This node has prowess puncture and the combat deja vu prowess, so we are going to be throwing short combos, just medium lights for the most part, so we are not giving him a bunch of prowess. The most important thing is that we don't let him throw SP1s. Nick Fury is a tactic defender, which means he'll get these flourish debuffs if he hits into our block. For the most part, that actually makes it easier because we're trying to push him to SP2 anyway. So I'm more than happy to let him have a couple flourishes. It helps us get him to SP2, which I can just then dex. Especially when he's already holding the SP2, I'm happy to just hit into his block to reset those flourishes back down. So I just do so right there. I am running full mutant power back boosts. So the plan is to just use a bunch of SP2s. Unfortunately, I let that get away from me a little bit, and I will be throwing in SP3 here shortly. And then I just kind of ruined my my power for quite a while following that. So you'll see me make that mistake in a bit, but. So medium lights, we just don't want him to get any prowess. We don't want him throwing SP1. As long as we can do that, this fight is wholly in our control. This will be, more than a 3-minute fight. But so there we go. I get to an SP3, which I will use. I still get power back from it, but I'm going to be behind on power now. And that is just another kind of mental error that I make this war. Unfortunately, not my sharpest. But there we go. So he comes out of that. He's got an SP2. We're going to bait that. And we're going to throw a medium light. And then I think it's right here that I throw a medium light, medium into a special 1. I do not get power back with a special 1. He is almost to his second life, and I do not have power. I would have much rather had a SP2 or even an SP3 here. But just like I said, I didn't let myself control my own power very well. But this fight's still in our control. We're doing great. It is even though I made a mistake, it is not too far gone. So just hold block here, try to bait a heavy, throw the medium light, medium light. And then, you know, he's slowly ticking down. Decks the SP2. We're back to our SP2, so this is kind of back in our control. Unfortunately, not quite enough to get him to SP2, but one more little medium light combo, and now we're Dexing again. He's so low here that I think that my SP1 will kill him. So I'm going to go medium light, medium, throw the SP1, really hoping this will kill, but unfortunately I'm just shy. But take a couple block hits, and I'm back to SP1. I'm just going to Dex back and throw it. And he is done. So there is War 9 in the books. Very pleased that I'm still going deathless. That Wong fight today could have been the end of my streak, but happy to get through another one. Thanks for watching, guys, especially if you stuck around to the end here. We'll have War 10 come in a little bit later this week. Be well.